Hi guys, welcome to today's tutorial. I'm Yinky and today I'll be showing you how to make a pleated maxi skirt, and the result of the one I made is right here on the screen, as you can see. And this is when I was making it. I used 3 yards to make this. So if you want to make a simple pleated maxi skirt, you can use your waist measurement times 3 of your waist measurement, or times 3.5 of your waist measurement. So you can see the one I made right here. This is the back view of the one I made. And right here in this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to achieve this. So let's get started. Here is the hemline of the skirt. So you can just stitch it. The first half, you fold the first half, and the second half, then you stitch. Then I'm trying to iron it. Make sure you iron very neat so that it will be flat before you start doing your pleats. So I have 3 yards here. Because my waist measurement is 32 inches, so I'll be using 3 yards for 32 inches waist measurement. So it's roughly times 3.5 of my waist measurement. So I take the skirt length here. Because my full skirt length is 40 inches, I just took 38.5, because I will be adding a band of 1.5 inches. So I just took 38.5, and uh, the band will now be 2 inches in width. By the time I put the band, everything will be equal to 40 inches. So I have 38.5 here. So half inch that is here, I just took the zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. So zipper allowance is what I'm taking again gently, so that you'll be able to see 1.5 inches. You can make it 1 inch zipper allowance depending on whatever zipper allowance you want to use. So after I have taken that, since I'm making half-inch pleat, I'll be taking half-inch times 3, which is 1.5. I just took 1.5, and I will take half here. I just take half here. So I will hold from that, I will hold this point, then overlay it on the other line. So this is my half-inch pleat. So I will do the same thing down to the hemline of the skirt. Down to the hemline of the skirt, and place my iron it properly. I will just iron it like so. Then from the next line that I just mark, I will take the same measurement I took at first. I will take 1.5. Since my fold is just half of an inch, I will take half of an inch fold that I really want to make. Then I will hold the point 1 on the second point. So I will overlay it like so, fold it like so. So this is half-inch width pleat. It's half-inch. If it is 1 inch, that means you are going to mark 3 inches. Just make sure you mark times 3 of whatever width of pleat you are making. So since this is half-inch pleat, I'm marking 1.5. Then I will just mark half of an inch to the other side and make it to overlap on each other. So from the next pleat, I will also measure 1.5. I will take half like so, then hold the from this point, I will hold it and let it overlay on each other like so. So I'll make sure that that half inch is being maintained true to the hemline of the dress. Half means 0.5 inches. 0.5 inches is the width of my pleat. 0.5, you can see the way it is. 0.5 inches. So I'm definitely measuring 1.5, so that by the time I overlap it, everything will be equal to 0.5 inches. So that is what I'll be doing till I finish the whole 3 yards. So from the point that I just mark where the next pleat stop, I will also mark 1.5 and mark 1/2 inch to the other side, then overlay it like so. I'll just overlay it like so. This is my, like the fourth pleat, half of an inch. So this is 0.5. If you want to make 1 inch, like I told you, 1 inch, that means you are going to mark 3 inches. So for 1 inch, you are going to mark 3 inches. So you sometimes you use your discretion. You use your discretion because you can't continue to mark till you get to the hemline. So I'll just be putting my tape measure on the waist, mark 1.5, then take half of an inch to the side, then hold that the marked line and let it overlap on the next line. Let it overlap where your pleat stop at the former pleat. This is where the former pleat stopped. Then you let it overlap on where the former pleat stopped. And that is what I am doing. You can see the way I'm using the overlap. So you just go ahead and use your discretion like I told you, so that while you are placing your iron, it is not too big in the middle. At the middle, don't make it too big. Make sure you maintain the measurement that you put from the beginning till you get to the hemline of your skirt. Till you get to the hemline of your skirt. So I will just make sure I iron neatly. So this is a steam iron. So a steam iron will be better to give you the best result. So just make sure it's a uniform pleat. Sometimes you may not even need to take any measurement. You use your discretion, make sure it is a uniform pleat. Just continue to pleat, go ahead and pleat as many as you can. When you have pleated it to some extent, that you know that this will be able to take your waist, then you stop. So I will just continue to pleat like so. I'll continue to pleat like so. And when I'm doing the pleat, make sure it is uniform. Make sure it is uniform from the beginning to the hemline. From the waistline to the hemline, make sure it is uniform. If it is uniform, you are going to achieve that neat and elegant look. So these are the ones I have done. So I will just continue to iron it like that. So I will just continue to iron it like that. Hold the pleat from the beginning to the end. I will make sure the measurement is very accurate. So you can see that I'm no more taking measurement. I'm using my discretion here, and I'm making sure that it is equal. It is equal and it is accurate. So I will just continue to measure like so. I'll continue to measure like so. I'll continue the same measurement I'll put on the hemline. The same measurement that I put on the waist, I'll put on the hemline, then measure it, iron it neatly. So this process will continue till I will finish everything. Then I'll pleat all the 3 yards. So this is my waist measurement, 32. Then you cut a sheet of paper. The width can be 3 inches. Then input your waist measurement like so. This paper is on fold. I input my waist measurement, which is 32 divided by 2, which is 16 on fold. And this mark my zipper allowance. This is the center back I'm notching. So the remaining will serve as my zipper allowance. So I will also notch the center front like so. And I'm going to place the skirt that I have pleated. I'll place the pleated skirt on this paper. So if you have, maybe if your waist measurement is like my waist measurement and you have pleated all your um 3 yards, you can start to do this. So I'll use my pin. I'll use the office pin to hold the skirt down. According to the way I pleated it, I will just be folding the pleat like so on the paper. So this is the time that you are going to arrange the pleat on the paper. You arrange the pleat neatly. The way you have pleated it, then you arrange it neatly on the paper. Then I'm going to, as I'm arranging, I will be using my pin to hold it down. Use your pin to hold it down. As you are arranging, you'll be using your pin to hold it down. So I'll just go ahead and use my pin to hold it down. So if the measurement part want to give you problem, like when we were measuring 1.5, you can just use your discretion and arrange your pleats neatly. Just make sure that the pleats are equal, that one is not bigger than the other. Then after you have done so, you can start to do this on it. So this sheet of paper will now be a guide for your measurement. This sheet of paper will be a guide for my measurement, because on the sheet of paper I have my waist measurement there. So I will continue to use my pin to hold it down on the paper, to arrange it on the paper. So as you are doing it, if you notice that your the skirt is not the 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 skirt, the measurement, the pleat you have is not going to be enough, you will be the one to adjust. You can adjust, you can spread the pleat a little. You won't allow it to be too full. You get what I'm trying to say? So when you notice that it's not, it won't be enough, you know how to spread it out. Or when you notice that your paper is now too long, that you still need to make it full, then you know how to make your pleats come together. So I think you understand that. So when you are doing this, you need to, I'm almost done. You need to just be to consider if your if what you pleat will be able to take the paper that you put your measurement. So I'll just hold it like so, and this is what I have. Everything has been spread out on the paper, and this paper is what holds my measurement. So this is what I have. You can see how lovely it is. So the next thing now is to go to my sewing machine, and I'm going to run a straight stitch on the paper. I will run a straight stitch on it to hold the pleat in place, so that the pleat will be held in place. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm on my sewing machine now. I will just stitch like so. And as I'm stitching, the first thing I will be doing is, when after I have reversed here, I will, what I did here is that I repeat the stitch. So I will remove all the pin. I will remove like some of the pins on where I will be running my stitch. So after I have removed it, I will run my straight stitch. I will make sure that it does not scatter, because by the time you are removing it, if you are not careful, it may scatter. But since the ironing, you have ironed very well, the iron will still, the shape will still be in place. So all the edges will still come out, so you don't have any issue. So I will just arrange it, use my hand to pamper it, and continue to run a straight stitch on it. So whichever way, you can make the stitch a loose stitch, or whichever stitch you want to make it, because this stitch will be what you are going to put your band on. So I'll just go ahead like so, arrange my stitch, my pleats like so on the paper. You know the paper is underneath already. So I will just continue to remove my pin as I stitch, use my stitch to hold it. So that is what I am doing right away. So and when I'm done with this, then I will move to the band part. So like I told you, that the band is 1.5 inches width, the width of the band. With the sewing allowance, it will now be 2 inches. So when I get to the to that part, I will let you know how to go about that. So I'm still on this part, trying to hold my pleat with stitch on the paper. So, and afterwards I'm going to remove, I will just tear the paper, I will remove the paper. After I'm done doing this, I'll just remove the paper. So after I'm done doing this, I'm trying to remove all the pins and run a straight stitch on this part. So I'm almost done, and this is what I have. So at this point, I will tear the paper, I will remove the paper, and I will go ahead on my, this is my band. The band is on fold, 2 inches on fold. By the time I am done with sewing, I will have 1.5 inches, because half inch will be used for my sewing. And the length is 34, meaning that I have added 2 inches zipper allowance to it. So 2 inches zipper allowance is added. That's why I had 34, because my waist measurement is 32. So after I am done with this, I use a stay inside the band. You can see that the band is on fold, and I have 2 inches on fold. So I will now take my band. You can see that I have removed the paper. I will take my band. The right side of the band will be facing the wrong side of the skirt. So the right side of the band will be facing the wrong side of the skirt. On that line, I will just use it to face it like so, and begin to attach my band to my skirt. So I'll just run a straight stitch and attach my band like so. So I told you the type of interfacing I use for my band is the hairstay. Hairstay is what I used. I didn't use the you can also use paper stay, it depends on you, but I believe this hairstay is better. So I'll just go ahead and attach my band like so. So I'm done attaching my band. Then I'll flip it to the right side. I'll flip the band to the right side. I'm trying to fold half of an inch to be able to cover the sewing allowance up. So I'll flip it to the right side like so, and also top stitch at the very tip of the band. So I'll be top stitching at the very tip of my band like so. I'll go ahead and top stitch like so. So after I am done with this, the next thing to do is to put my to join it together at the center back. So you can see this is very easy to make, very easy to make. The only part that is kind of difficult there is when you are folding the pleat, like kind of hard, like hard is when you are folding the pleat, and it's not that hard also. Just take your time. When you are patient, you'll be able to achieve it. So here is the band has been attached, so I'll fold it into two, the right side facing the right side. Then I will mark where my zipper will stop. Like you can mark like 8 inches or 7.5 depending on the length of your zipper. So but at least you need to put like 7 inches. So I've marked that zipper allowance where the zipper will stop, so from the waistline. Then on the downside, on the hemline, I'll run a straight stitch using the zipper allowance that I put there, or the sewing allowance I put there, and I will just run it up to where the zipper will stop. So when I get to where the zipper will stop, I will reverse my stitch. So when I get to where the zipper will stop, I'm almost there. I'm going to reverse my stitch at that point. So here where the band joins each other, you must make sure it matches each other, that one band is no longer than the other. So I'll just reverse my stitch here, and after I've done so, the next thing is to get my zipper, and this open part I'm going to fix my zipper there. So I have my zipper already, so I'll just use this one as an example for you. I'll fix my zipper like so. So I'm trying to place my zipper and use the zipper allowance and fix it this way. So I will open up my zipper and fix it this way. So having done this, I'll flip it to the other side, zip it like so, and do the other side. The other side of the zipper, I'll do it, and we have almost come to the end of this tutorial. Please do me well by giving this video a thumbs up, like, and also share it to other platforms. And here I'm trying to match the band. The part that I joined the band must match each other, so that it will look neat, the sewing will look neat. So that's what I'm trying to do. Then after I've matched that band part, I'll stitch the other side of the zipper. So the first thing I did when I wanted to fix the other side is to match the band part. So we have almost come to the end of this tutorial, like I said, and the next thing to do, the final thing to do, is to finish this extension of zipper that is that extension will be folded inward. That extension will be folded inward, and make sure I will stitch on it. I will top stitch on it. I'll top stitch on it, and this is the end of this tutorial. Then I will see you in my next tutorial. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye.